everybody. It's Wednesday. I'm Wendy with the Swamp Rabbit Inn, and I'm joined by the lovely,
hi,
super smart Tammy Johnson. Tammy is a serial entrepreneur here in Greenville. Her story is wonderful, and I always love talking with her. And we are at Topside Pool Club, which is a beautiful adult pool club on top of a building right in the heart of downtown Greenville. We're on top of Gianna and Lululemon. It's a hot spot. It's a beautiful location.
thank you.
Yes. So Tammy, tell us about Topside Pool Club first of all, since we're up here.
So Topside, we opened last July.
Okay.
And we are basically, just like you said, a rooftop social club, primarily for adults, but we do have some kid swim times as well.
That's nice.
So we like to say we're kind of the urban country club environment. Our members love to come up here and they just hang out all day, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
They come up for cocktails and happy hour Thursdays and Fridays. But we have a swimming pool, we have a full bar, you can swim up to the bar, you can get tableside bar
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's lots of fun. We have a ton of member events.
Okay.
So in fact, this coming Monday night, we're hosting a viewing party for the final Bachelorette, the finale.
Oh my gosh, that's
season
wonderful.
finale. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
so that's a lot of fun. So we have a ton of different member events. So once you
Okay.
join, you get to attend all these events and socialize and have fun with a really good group of people. So.
Okay, so what do you do to join? Like, what does membership
Yes.
look like?
So membership is $60 a month.
Okay.
And you can go to topsidepoolclub.com and there's a membership application, all the FAQs, all that fun stuff's on there. We try to make it really easy, really open. And then you would just apply. We would kind of check out your background, make sure that we're not letting
Creepers up here?
vagrants and creepers up here. Yes, we're a little particular.
Yeah.
And then we put it before to the membership committee, and then we would have you sign a membership agreement. So it's really
Okay.
easy and it's fun.
Good.
And it's a great price. I mean, $60 a month. You really can't. You can't beat that in terms of social clubs.
Cool.
So,
If anybody has any questions for Tammy about Topside Pool Club, just chime in and leave comments below, and we'll be watching those and we'll be answering your questions. So Tammy, we were just talking about how we met.
yes.
Before I opened the inn. I remember seeing you set up when you first started your first business, Liquid Catering. And boy, that was way back when.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you actually, Liquid Catering, bartended for our sneak peek event before I opened the inn. And then what else did we do?
Well, then I took advantage of the inn when I got married at the old Cigar Warehouse. So that's another venue that I own is the old Cigar Warehouse, and we're 2 blocks from the Swamp Rabbit Inn, so it's a great location.
Yeah.
And I hosted my out-of-town family there for the weekend, and it was
your
great.
wedding. Yeah.
Absolutely, it was perfect. And it gave the guys a great place to get ready. The family was close by; they didn't have to drive anywhere, so it was awesome.
You just walk home from the reception.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I always recommend to all of our brides to book it.
Yeah.
And to book it fast because I know the whole house weekend gets booked up in advance.
It does.
So.
It works so well.
It
So
does.
we have a great partnership
Yes.
here with the old Cigar Warehouse. Have your reception there, stay at the inn, and then just like walk home. It's
Yep.
so easy. It's perfect. So Liquid Catering kind of got it started for you, but like, how did you even come up with the idea to open Liquid Catering?
So I was working for a regional catering company, and my boss decided that the company was no longer going to do off-site alcohol service.
Okay.
So Liquid Catering is a special event bar and beverage company. So we just cater the booze, basically the fun stuff. And the catering company at the time decided, it just wasn't worth the additional insurance premiums, and they were just having a hard time with permitting and things like that. So he told me to go find a local bartending company to recommend my clients to.
Okay.
And I looked and I couldn't find anybody that I felt comfortable recommending to my clients. You could personally, certainly hire a bartender off Craigslist, but those folks, they don't have insurance, they don't have licensing, it's just none of that. So that's where I got the idea. I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just the right time in my career. I was young and single, and I had the time to do it. I had a lot of years of bartending experience, catering. I knew everybody in town in terms of
wonderful.
Help market the business and so forth. And I had a little bit of accounting, like bookkeeping background.
Yeah.
Just kind of the
It was all
everything
coming together.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So when was this? When did you start?
That was January of 2011.
Okay.
So it's been 7.5 years now.
Okay, and are you from Greenville?
No, I moved
Okay.
here in 2009.
Okay, what brought you to Greenville?
So originally I'm from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And long story short, I had a Navy boyfriend that took me to Charleston, and we had a great time, enjoyed Charleston, but at the end it just wasn't going to work out. And so I was sitting in Hawaii at the time trying to decide, like, what are my next steps?
Yeah.
And one of my friends that worked with me in Charleston had moved back up to Greenville, and he convinced me to come up here and check it out. And I did. I drove down Main Street on a Friday night, like a Friday right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Drove into town and drove down Main Street and saw the lights.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with this town.
Yeah.
And
this might work.
Yeah. And then I got a duplex on West Earl Street for $800 bucks a month for a 3-bedroom duplex, and I was like, yes, done.
Yeah.
You know.
That was kind of the reaction I had too the first time we drove down Main Street. It was like, wow, this could work.
Yeah.
There's enough here, and that was in 2005.
Yes.
So a lot has happened since that time, and since you opened Liquid Catering. So what else have you expanded into? I know there's more.
Yeah. So we opened the old Cigar Warehouse in 2014. I'm sorry, 2013. I kind of just fell into the opportunity.
Awesome.
I knew that the building owner was trying to get started with an event venue, but he wasn't quite, he couldn't find somebody to run it, and he didn't quite, want to operate it himself. And so I kind of just approached him and said, hey, would you consider, letting me take a chance at it? And he did. And so we opened. It was a very quick turnaround from, during our lease process and construction and all that, but it's been a great venue. So we host. It's awesome, and we host over 150 events a year there.
Yeah.
And
did you have to renovate
really cool.
it, or was the space ready to go?
We
had to renovate it. Yeah,
the
it's so
inside,
pretty.
the main event space was pretty much. We kept it pretty much original to what it was when we moved in, but we did have to put in the kitchen and additional restrooms and a storage room and some stuff under the deck, and install the staircase, which if you've ever been there,
beautiful,
gorgeous staircase. We actually installed that. That's all new.
Yeah.
So
it definitely makes a statement for brides, especially.
Yes, they love to walk down that staircase.
Good. So, you brought some skills, obviously, to the table when you started Liquid Catering, and then you ventured into event space. And then what happened?
So then in late 2014, with the old Cigar Warehouse, we had to have security guards. And after I fired my third security company for just being completely inept and awful, I decided, you know what, I'm just tired of this. I'm going to do it myself.
Okay.
So I partnered with a friend who had been in my leadership Greenville class, and he had just retired from Greenville PD.
Okay.
And so he helped me get started, kind of managing the security side of it. So we opened Bravo Wind Protection, which is a private security company.
Great.
So we focus on providing armed and unarmed security guards to protect people, places, and assets.
Yeah.
And that's been a really, really fun business. We do a lot of events. We do a lot of events, a lot of bars, event venues. We kind of specialize in the hospitality world.
Okay.
And it's fun because it's different than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
With it being a security business, and it's definitely a man's world.
Okay.
But it's really, really intriguing, thinking about events from the security aspect, and especially because we're usually doing the bars, it just is really natural, and it makes sense that we would do the security with that too.
I love how, you see a need, and then you fill it, and then you expand, and again, you see another need, and you expand, and that is how it works. That is how business works.
That's entrepreneurship.
It is. And so you knew you wanted to be an entrepreneur. You opened your first business, second, third business, fourth business now. What has surprised you the most about you as you're expanding and growing and getting into all this?
That's a really tough question. It's a really good question, I think.
Yeah.
What has surprised you about me? I think it's that I'm not getting bored yet.
Yeah.
And that's been cool.
Out,
There's definitely the times, when I get, like, hey, I need a break. I'm just like, I'm a human.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still find new things in the business to inspire me every day, and that's really cool.
That is cool.
And I love the people that I work with. That really makes it really special, is getting to know my staff, getting to know our customers. I love that.
Yeah. I get it. With our guests, the guests just bring me so much joy. It's amazing.
Yeah. So
kind of my theme this year is taking quantum leaps, and you're definitely a good example of someone who you just do things you trust yourself, obviously. You listen to yourself and you do things. So that's a great example, I think, for others who maybe have this wonderful idea and are inspired to try something for themselves. What advice would you give to somebody who really wants to be an entrepreneur, but maybe they're a little afraid? Like, what advice would you give somebody?
Well, if you're hesitant, first thing you need to do is find some mentors, find some friends who are in that world.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. I definitely had a great group of friends that supported me when I first started. They were fantastic. I had friends that would go work events with me, go to trade shows with me. But over time, I realized, I needed a group of friends that also understood what I was going through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And so I had to, and it's hard, especially when you're a woman, it's hard to find, fellow CEOs who own, multi-million-dollar businesses that have lots of employees. It's very different than...
A lot of challenges there.
It is a lot. And especially, I'm a new mom, so that throws another kink into it. But finding a good network of people that you can really trust, and that can help grow your business. And when you hire your professionals, your accountant, your attorney, PR, those kind of folks, don't hire your friends. Hire folks that specialize in whatever industry you're going into. A lot of folks that make that mistake, and they'll have their friend who's a workers' comp attorney write their client contracts, and it's just not.
You're right.
It's not the same thing.
Don't cut those corners.
No. And don't rely on your friends to keep you in business either.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I can get started, because I'm gonna have all my friends are gonna come up and they're gonna support my business, and that's great. But that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna keep you growing. So, find a network, go to the SBDC, go to the SCORE, get some advice. Be careful about what you spend your money on.
Yeah.
For sure, don't spend $10,000 on website in year one. You can build one yourself. I mean, there's things that you can do to help save money.
Yeah. Bootstrapping.
I bootstrapped every single business.
Me too.
So yeah.
And you learn a lot along the way.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Good. Well, this has been awesome talking with you, Tammy. You guys come check out Topside Pool Club. Go to their website, which is
topsidepoolclub.com.
Okay, that's simple enough.
It's easy. Yep.
And plan yourself some fun in Greenville. This is super fun, and hope to see you up here. Thanks for watching, and see you next Wednesday. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you, Wendy.
Bye.
Bye.